Greetings, connoisseurs. 2025 was a really stacked year for games. I mean, we had so many good games, so many great sequels and spiritual sequels. We also had really good indie titles, too. And some new IP that was really nice to see. Everyone really talked about Expedition 33. The beginning of the year, everyone loved talking about Blueprints, and I still really want to play that game. Repo, Dispatch, we have had a lot of incredible stuff. Schedule 1, I remember a lot of people talking about that. Megabonk's been a huge deal. Skate has returned. Battlefield 6 has returned. Everyone's playing Arc Raiders except for me because I don't want to be doing that. There's just been just banger after banger after banger, it seems, this year. Kirby Air Riders, Prime 4 is finally out. Man. So this video is going to be a little bit different. Usually I like to review a singular game, but at the pace I've been doing that with one a month, I feel like if you're a part of my hardcore audience, 12 games is not enough to understand a reviewer. So I'm going to do a couple things with this video. One, it's off script. I do not have time. December has ran away from me. I'm pushing the video I was making into January. That's the first thing. I'm going to give a mini review for every game I played in 2025. I don't know how many that is. I will do this through my gaming recaps, and we'll kind of talk about my creation this year. I think it's a good opportunity for me to talk about all the YouTube videos I've made, which will lead into other reviews for other games. So if this is your first video of mine, I'm sorry this is the first video you're watching, but it should be a good look into who I am as far as a reviewer, a critic goes. So we'll just get right into it. This is Backlog. This is a website that I love so much that I am a Patreon subscriber to it. I'm a backer. It's just a letterbox for games, except it's like incredibly good at that. So long as you put in the data yourself, it is incredibly good. This is all the games I played this year. I was able to play 82 different games, or log them. I guess I played 64 games. I almost played every day of the year. I missed only 15 days of 2 weeks. I wrote 21 reviews, published a couple lists, did some comments, blah, 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 blah. A lot of these were just main games. And Star Vortex, it seems, is a surprise hit for me. I rated it a 3.5, but the average rating is 2.3. I think it's a little low, but it is in alpha right now. I really do expect a couple more quality of life features for that to be coming out the gate. Here are some of the top rated games that I've played this year. I guess these are the highest rated games. This is really weird for me to look at. I guess I'm still playing through some, and we'll get into those. But this is the year I played Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart. I thought it was amazing. I gave it 4.5. Just a really good story. Excellent return to form. I love the Ratchet and Clank games, and I thought that was no exception there. Republic Commando, I did do a video on this, and I talked about how amazing I thought it was. If you haven't seen the video, I recommend you watch the video, but it holds up to this day, even though some of the textures are a little low in quality. Sonic X Shadow Generations. Loved this one. The shadow portion in particular, I was just blown away by it. It felt like what 3D Sonic should have been becoming for the past 10 years, and I don't know why we didn't move into that direction after Sonic Adventure Battle 2. Disc Room, I also did a video on Disc Room. Disc Room is a good video game. I think it's slept on, honestly. It is just really addicting, really fun, quick to pick up, and ultimately it was greatly worth my time. And that's why I did a video on it. Universal Paperclips, this is one I have not talked to almost anyone about. This is a browser game that you can play right now. How about for free? Happy Christmas to everyone. Here you go, decisionproblem.com. You can start playing this game for free immediately, right? And then you can make your paper clips. You can also play a mobile version or whatever. And now that I've made almost 100 paper clips, you can sell your paper clips. Unsold inventory. Oh, we have to lower the price of the paper clips to be sold. Well, actually, they're being sold at 25 cents per each. Anyway, once we have $5, we can get these auto clippers. They will automatically clip the paper clips. This is so unassuming for a game, let me tell you. It just, if you've ever played Cookie Clicker, you know that there's that point in Cookie Clicker where things become Lovecraftian. You're pulling in demons from another world to bake your cookies. Universal Paperclips does have a similar approach. It's more about the advancement of the creation of the paperclip and what that paperclip can do to your entire civilization and other things like that. I thought it was such a cool subversion of my expectations that I was blown away. And it just hits that point. It's really good. Pony Island, I did a video on Pony Island. That video is mega slept on. Anyway, I love the Pony Island. I really need to play the Hex, and then I need my mans to cook another few months and release Pony Island 2. All right, well, let's go into the next set of stats here. Oh yeah, and I did do a video on Star Vortex. I think I already said that. First time versus replays. 84% of my plays were new games. I replayed 10 different games. I don't know what those games were, so that's just how it is. Actually, we'll just skip over this. My most logged games, here's an interesting one. Marvel Snap, 124 days. That was from the very tail end of last year into the beginning and probably the upper half of this year. Destiny Rising is slowly catching up. I am very much enjoying Destiny Rising still. Almost. I have a couple things I'm doing. I have a few chases I'm chasing. One of them is golden medals. You get them for raising your characters to a certain point, which pretty much just makes them ready for in-game content. It is making my account look very strong, and I am enjoying that. I'm enjoying that very much. Dune Awakening, I finally, this is just as of 2 days ago, probably on this day, December 22nd, that's actually correct. I put that game into deep hibernation. They released a tool where you can put your base into sleep mode, pretty much. I'm gonna wait until the rest of the DLC comes out, and then I will binge the rest of the game. I don't think I really enjoy the changes that are coming to Dune Awakening, but more than anything, I just need more time to play other games for the YouTube channel. So we will come back to that. If anyone wants to join me and come back to that, I will. Heck, I'd buy the game for someone to play it with me. Jeez. Oh yeah, I made a video on all these. So let that be something. All right, let that be something, I guess. I love Dune though. I just can't even. We can't get into that any more than I already have. Watch my video, please. That took so long. We'll actually talk about that in a second in this Games for Month category. Hollow Knight Silksong was amazing. Everyone talks about the difficulty. I talked about in my podcast with Zach that I just released a couple weeks ago that I just I see it. I recognize you as a human, as an individual, as someone who plays video games. It is a hard game. At a certain point, I just accepted the difficulty of the game, and it never bothered me. So I don't want to say it's not a hard game. I want to say that it is a game that I internalized the difficulty of and found a way to not complain about it. It did have its moments, but I wouldn't trade those for anything in the world because it was amazing. Just absolutely blew me away. So good. I'm pretty sure I labeled this as my game of the year for this year. Yeah, game of the year. So good. Incredibly good. We can go over this in a minute as well. I did try the Pokemon trading card game Pocket in tandem with Marvel Snap. It was good. I liked cracking packs every day, and that's kind of what I played it for, was to crack packs and hope that I get Pikachu. Just kidding. I bought Pikachu. Pokemon Go, I tried to log every day. I logged into Pokemon Go. That is kind of a hard thing to do when you're just logging into a random mobile game every day. So this may or may not be accurate at all. Satisfactory. I made a video on Satisfactory. That's why I was playing it on January 1st. This is not accurate. The last game I played was Mario Party Jamboree that I just got for Christmas. Let's go over this. This is going to lead into one of my thoughts, which is at the end of my videos, I've been doing this. Video statistics. I don't think a lot of people have realized that I'm doing this, or they haven't been reading them, or maybe nobody just cares. Either way, this video took 28 plus hours to make, with 6 hours of recorded footage across 28-day span, which averaged a productivity score of 57%. I've written at length about this on my website. I do this at the end of my videos to show you that I am putting in a insane amount of time to make these, whether you realize it or not. I think for some people, they might look at my videos and they might go, "What? Are you kidding me? It took you fetching 28 hours in the editor to make this?" Well, you gotta understand, every 8 seconds I'm doing a cut. I'm trying to make sure the gameplay matches with the script. I'm changing the background music, sometimes to the degree of like, oh, what is the title of this music? What is the title of this song? That kind of matches with what I'm talking about. Or this is the part of the game where this happens, and that's why the music is like this, and that's why I want that part of the music in this part of the review. And I do that. I'm also learning DaVinci Resolve a little bit. I've been using video editors my whole life, so there's really just a little tiny bit of that learning in there. But these are all they're bespoke, right? I'm not just showing you like random gameplay and then I talk over it. That's kind of what today is. But they're made with love and care, and they are bespoke. I think that's my word of the year, is bespoke. Wow. So when I was making Dune Awakening, here's how we're tying that in. That was the month I played the least amount of games, period. Is because I was focused entirely on making the Dune Awakening video that took me, 60 hours to make? And that's kind of been, that's been the trend of the year, is not just this, but overall this entire graph is smaller. We come over here, we're gonna skip ahead to a different part. Sorry to blind you. This is all of my Steam replays in 1 year. So Steam every year, we're looking at this. So Steam does this every year. They show you your game activity and they tell you all the games you played. What I want to focus on though is this number here. 40 games played, 14 games fewer than last year, right? And what I'm trying to say is that I believe that making YouTube videos has directly impacted me by making it so that I've played 14 fewer games than last year. This is on top of, 2023 to 2024. You're seeing this right here. This is actually a 12 game gap. And I played 12 games less than from 23 to 24. I believe this is due to this year I was in an apartment, and then this year is the first full year I spent in my house. So this is the cost of living in a house, is 12 games in a year. The cost of making YouTube videos is an additional 14 games on top of that, down from the original 88 games I was able to play in 2022, back when I was living in an apartment and when I wasn't making YouTube videos anymore. Before that, I was making a couple YouTube videos, blah, blah, blah. But that's the very real impact. If you want to make YouTube videos, you're looking at cutting down on your favorite hobby by a considerable amount of gaming. And has it been worth it? We'll see. We'll talk about that. I'm still getting through talking about all this stuff. Is any of this interesting? I only finished. So here's the interesting thing. So while I might have played 40 games this year so far, I only finished 13 of them. Right? I started 35 new games, finished 13 of them so far. Average days per game, 14. Busiest day, January, 8 games on January 31st. I don't know what I was doing that day. Longest streak, 61 days playing Destiny Rising. I don't pay attention to time logged. I don't use the time logging on backlog because it's kind of backwards. I played 7 months of the year of Dune Awakening. Literally have not taken a single month break because of how you must power your base. That has changed now that I have the base backup tool that was recently added into the game. Speedrun. I finished this the same day it came out because I beat the game when it was in beta and also in alpha. Let's go over my Game of the Year picks. Game of the Year is Hollow Knight Silksong. I absolutely believe as being the most profound experience. The journey that Hornet takes through the land, right? All the several different acts. The journey of me learning to control Hornet and to use the different crests that I felt suited my play style, the tools, upgrading my weapons, meeting little cute characters, and witnessing the tragedy of this Farloom, witnessing the tragedies there. It was so profound and deeply moving to me. I just could not see this being any other game. This is also my selection of Game of the Year picks. I only consider out of games that I've actually played. I'm not gonna pick Expedition 33 because I did not play it. Gameplay wise, Kirby Air Riders. This is an interesting pick because Kirby Air Riders, highly recommend Silksong. By the way, listen to my podcast. Kirby Air Riders is an interesting pick for gameplay Game of the Year because it is virtually the exact same gameplay as Kirby Air Rider released on GameCube. But what I'm telling you is that gameplay loop was perfect, and so is this. I think Kirby Air Riders is such an amazing return to form. Not a return to form, but it's a return to a formula of game that needed more attention and more love. And every time I turn on and play Kirby Air Riders, it just fills me with immense joy. It is as though they made Kirby Air Rider today. And they're just like, how can we maximize everything to this console's strengths? And they did it. And it's just so fun. It is so chaotic. It is amazing. Masahiro Sakurai, you are the bomb. Highly recommend Kirby Air Riders. Please go buy and play it. So good. Dune Awakening I chose for narrative, because that is the most narrative heavy game that I have played this year, besides Silk Song. Silk Song has more lore that you must dig into. Dune Awakening had a narrative that was thrust upon you. There was no escaping. Also, as a Dune lore scholar, I greatly appreciated the direction they took all of that in, and thought that was a great mysterious telling of things in their alternate timeline. I'm still looking forward to their new chapters that will have more story information. I did finally, as of like 3 weeks ago, complete chapter 2 of the story, which I thought was great. I really liked it. I like the direction of things. I'm pretty sure my predictions of the story are probably true. Honestly, not even joking. I think I've clocked where they're taking that thing. Play Dune Awakening, watch my video on it. There's only a couple thousand people even playing at any given time around the world anymore. It's kind of dying. I hope they just release the rest of the story stuff. Art direction. This is an interesting one, and I might flip it with, well, here's the thing. No, we'll go with this. So Michael Punka is an amazing multiplayer game. It's basically like if Borderlands was Risk of Rain was, yeah, that's about it. Borderlands was Risk of Rain. Super fun game. Really good, really awesome game to play with the buddies. It's got that friend slop thing going on. The art is just so weird, and I really love that art for being super weird. That's the other thing I don't like doing, is I don't like Silk Song's art style. I think is arguably much better than Michael Punk, but I'm not gonna let any game compete against any other game in any other category. You get one award, you get to be in one category. That's how I think it should always be. Once you win an award, you don't get anything else. That's it. Because what if Silk Song wins Game of the Year, but it's also contender in the art direction category? Do you think that it beats out most of the other games for art direction? I think, there's a conundrum there. Anyway, I like Michael Punk's art style. I think it's really funny. It's got that cel-shaded nonsense, but there's also like really weird creature designs. The creatures, I think, they're supposed to be like spore-based and mycelium-based. There's just some weird design language going on. Just really love it. Really strange weapons, upgrades. It's good stuff. Soundtrack had to go to Mario Kart World. There are so many good tracks in there that just blow my mind. Oh yeah, please pick up Michael Punk. It's so good. Just play it. But I just can't even. I've been waiting for the Nintendo Music app to release more of Mario Kart World's soundtrack, because it's just banger after banger after banger after banger. They are restoring old tracks. They're making new tracks. They're making homages to other tracks. It's like they got day tracks, night tracks. This is insane what they've done in this soundtrack, and it's scratching an itch that I've had for Nintendo music for my whole life. And it's in a racing game. It is so strange that it's in the racing game that I'm getting this kind of level of musical fan service. Highly recommend Mario Kart World. I made a video about it, and I speculated it, and I'm still very sad that they have not added anything for Donkey Kong. Why does he still only have one freaking costume? What is their problem? Please. Multiplayer, best multiplayer I wrote in as Destiny Rising. As much as I've had amazing times in Michael Punk in the multiplayer, I'm calling Destiny Rising a better multiplayer game, because I've really enjoyed playing this game, as you could tell from all of the different locations that you've seen this already. It's just a fantastic, it is a fantastic game. It's not just a fantastic, it is a fantastic game. Feels just like Destiny 2. The story is not half bad. The Traveler's there. The cosmetics are okay. The game is fun. I'm still playing it, and I think more people should play it before it totally dies out, basically. So those are my Game of the Year picks. I have a lot of other Game of the Year picks. You've kind of saw them. Here they are. Last year, Game of the Year, Balatro. Best gameplay, I said, is Animal Well. This broke my one rule, but I did not play a lot of games last year. There's just nothing that could compete gameplay-wise, art direction-wise, with Animal Well. I just had to give it an exception. Such a good game. Please play it. Please play any of these games. Best narrative, Destiny 2 Final Shape. Best soundtrack, Satisfactory. I stand by that. Best multiplayer, Helldivers 2. Year prior, Legend of Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom. Gameplay, Remnant 2 from the Ashes. This is such a sleeper. This is such a slept-on game. Oh my gosh, I'd play that again in an instant. Best narrative, Cyberpunk Phantom Liberty. It's an expansion, but I don't care. Heck, best art direction, Hogwarts Legacy, because of its one-to-one descriptions of the castle, of all the beautiful places at Hogwarts, and also for letting me have Avada anything that was funny. Best soundtrack, Armored Core 6 Fires of Rubicon. Obviously, still listen to it to this day. Best multiplayer, Destiny 2 Lightfall. Even though it was a sucky story, the Strand abilities were really good. Back to 2022. Game of the Year, Neon White. Please play Neon White. It's so good. It is a parkour-based first-person shooter in the speedrunning genre. You would know exactly what that means if you play the game. Best gameplay, Lego Star Wars The Skywalker Saga. Excellent return to that franchise. Amazing evolution of the Lego game. So good. So good. So that best gameplay. Best narrative. I love Kirby games because they are about a little guy. This is Kirby in the Forgotten Land. About a little guy that goes on a journey that kills a god. At the very end, it's just, it's perfect every time. Best art direction, Poinpy. You can only play this if you have a Netflix subscription. It is made by the same guy that made Downwell, which, look at that, is in the best art direction category as well. So good. I might do a video on this. I need a pester. I'm not even joking. I'm going to bother the Devolver Digital PR guy and be like, why is this still in Netflix hell? Everyone needs to play this game. And that might turn into a video. Bone Lab has the best soundtrack. As much as I do not like Bone Lab, I do think the soundtrack had a couple of bangers. Best multiplayer, Marvel Snap. Now, we've got a couple of legacy Game of the Years. This is based on games that I have played at the time that these events were going on. Game of the Year 2015 for me, Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain. Best gameplay, Ori, Will of the Wisps. Best narrative, Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. Best art direction, Downwell. Best soundtrack, Rocket League. Best multiplayer, Earth Defense Force 3.5. Or I think, 3.5. 2014, Bayonetta 2, Game of the Year. Bayonetta 2. Bayonetta is just an amazing hack and slash game. I love the games. They're so good. They're insane. I've been blocked by their creator on Twitter, and it is an honor to be blocked and to have said the game is really good and get blocked for it. That's why I'm blocked, because I said it was good in English. He hates that. Best gameplay, Metal Gear Solid 5. The not full version of the game. This is just like the demo game that's like a full game somehow. Best narrative, Shadow of Mordor. Best art direction, Monument Valley. Best soundtrack, Destiny, that I still listen to, even though I've never played Destiny. Actually, I've played Destiny a couple times. Best multiplayer, Mario Kart 8, which was a game that we all continued to play up through the Switch's life cycle. Isn't that right? Technically. Game of the Year 2007, Super Mario Galaxy. This is such a stacked year. Like it was almost impossible to come up with this lineup. Super Mario Galaxy, 100%. Best gameplay though, Half-Life 2, Episode 2. I mean, come on. Best narrative, Mass Effect. Best art direction, No More Heroes. Best soundtrack, Guitar Hero 3, Legend of Rock. Best multiplayer, Team Fortress 2. What a stacked year. And this is like me compromising to include these. Really insane. This is going to be way too long of a video for most people. I don't care. Anyway, now we need to go back to all the games that I've ever played in 2025 just to review 8 billion of them. Balatro, please play Balatro. I recommend Balatro. I don't know if I recommend Pokemon Go so much. If you played it before, they've added some cool things. Trading card game Pocket's really fun to crack packs for a couple weeks. If you get a shiny one, it's like, whoa. And then, that's about all there is there. I recommend Satisfactory. I made a video on it this year. I recommend Sonic X Shadow Generations. We kind of already talked about that. The shadow portions are really good. Monster Hunter now. If you like Pokemon Go, but you're more of a Monster Hunter fan, then you will like this game better. I kind of got bored of it. Deathloop. I made a video on Deathloop. I recommend it. Beat Saber. Made a video on Beat Saber. I recommend it. Made a video on Marvel Snap last December. I recommend it. Compound is a VR game that is like Wolfenstein, but if it was made in the modern era for VR, and it's so fun. Please play that game. It's such a good game. That's review worthy, honestly. Battle Talent is a VR game. It's probably one of the better standalone VR brawlers that you can get. The Light Brigade, it's VR, World War I weapons, Dark Souls mechanics. That is true, actually. Final Shape. Did I play this game in 2020? You know, I did at the very beginning of the year. I was playing a little bit of the new stuff. This is like an aeon ago. What the crap? Really? The beginning of this year? Where are my logs on this? Thursday the 20th of what month? January and February 2025. It looks like I played it like 4 times this year. And ultimately leading on retired because can't play it anymore. I'm on Linux now. Look at my mouse. It's getting 5 billion times large. I already talked about Disc Room. Dune Imperium. Oh yeah, I highly recommend Light Brigade. Final Shape is good if you find it on sale. Complete up to that. If that franchise is ever interested in you, we've talked about this. Dune Imperium, fantastic digital translation of the board game Dune Imperium, and I played a lot of it. I've kind of shelved it because I don't got that kind of time. Pocket Camp Complete, Animal Crossing Pocket Camp Complete was amazing, and I got kind of bored after a few weeks, but I wish there was more multiplayer stuff addressed. Like you could, take your phone out, go to your friend's camp like easy peasy. You can't really, I don't think you can do that. The social elements they took out so that it could be a complete game. We already talked about Rift Apart. Hi-Fi Rush, this is my gamer sin of the year. I started into Hi-Fi Rush. I really love Hi-Fi Rush. And then I started making YouTube videos more and more, and it's taken more and more of my time. And it petered out for me to the point where I haven't played it for months and months and months. So it is sad. I need to complete it. I need to beat it. I need to support those developers because I think they made something amazing. Star of Providence. This is such a good game that I may come back to it for a review later. I love bullet hells, and this scratches that itch beautifully. We talked about Paperclips. Walkabout Mini Golf, VR Mini Golf. It's the best VR Mini Golf. Don't at me. That's the best one. This is Sonic Unleashed, the recomp. I don't know if that's here. There was a PC recomp, and I was like, ooh, it's a free Sonic game. I played it for like 2 days. Peggle Knights is just more Peggle. Recommend. Virgo 2 did a video on that. Recommend. 3D Aim Trainer by SteelSeries was a funny little app that I found inside of my keyboard's macro management software. And I played that for a couple weeks, and I thought it was funny that it was in there. Why is it in there? Just make keyboards. Disco Elysium, the final cut. This is going to get me flack. I've been trying to play this game for 3 years now. It just is never... I love the writing. I think it's super funny. I think it's clever. I think it's interesting. And the world is very beautiful. It has failed to grip me every single time I pick it up, which is a fair amount. It's really strange. 2023 is the first time I ever played it. The last time I played it was in March. Attempt 5. So I attempted at the very beginning, character 1, character 2, attempt 3, attempt 4, attempt 5. The first character died in the beginning due to a really funny chain of events. Oh, here we go. Lost his determination to be on the force, died after having a heart attack from running into the lady with the wheelchair, died because the Steam Deck suspend feature killed my progress, died sitting on an uncomfortable folding chair. I want to like this game as much as everyone likes it, but I think it's overhyped. I genuinely think it's a little overhyped. At least for people like me, I like more exciting games, I guess, with more action. There's some action. I haven't even gotten to comment in the game. Let's be real. I love the choices. I love the deep RPG mechanics. It's got that turn-based slowness to it that's like when I sit down at 5 in the morning, I don't really have the mind power to be a detective, or even in the evening, I don't really have a mind power to be a detective and to read a bunch of stuff. Overhyped. Genuinely, at this point, I wouldn't recommend it, but I would, if I played it more, maybe I would. We've talked about Republic Commando. I made a video on it. Play that game, please. Republic Commando Order 66. This is the Nokia game that is okay if you like Nokia games. The Incredible Machine. Now, this is a game that released many years ago, like 5 billion years ago. 1998. It was originally released on DOS. 1993. This game had... where did I read 98? Anyway, there is a fair amount of these. This is one of those games where as a kid, I opened the computer and I found this game on there one day and I played it and it was like a fever dream. And then I went to go find it like a month later and it's just gone. And so for many years I thought it never existed until it came up on GOG. And I was like, that game was real. Anyways, it's real. It's fun. I want to do a video on this game series. It's just taken me some time to fit it into my busy schedule. Synthetic 2 is also a game I want to make a video on eventually. I think is a roguelike evolving from another roguelite. It is fairly disappointing because what they've gone ahead and done is simplify certain systems and elements to the game that I don't think needed to be simplified. Like you can only have a certain number of items now. Well, the item limitation thing just really irks me. I think this is the main guff I have with it. In the previous game, you can have a whole hotbar of items and things and you can switch them around. There's a lot of freedom there. Not as much freedom in Synthetic 2. I think, honestly, as a sequel, they really, I don't want to say cash grab. I feel like it's an investor cash grab. They're like, look at our first game. It did so well. Please fund the second game. And they got a buttload of money for doing that. I still prefer the first game. Vastly prefer the first game. But it's still in alpha. So there's that. Castle Crashers, I wanted to boot up. I booted Castle Crashers up on Nintendo Switch just for fun. And it's still good. I need to play the art update. Mario Party Superstars, I got this because I was like, hey, I'll bring my Switch to this party and I'll bring a couple of fun games. Mario Party is a fun game, I'll get that. And I had a game voucher expiring and I was like, this game voucher works for Mario Party, I'll just get Mario Party. I've clocked maybe an hour into the game. I've played at least one, maybe two games of Superstars. I think of all the Mario Parties to have, Superstars is probably one of the better ones because it has all the old mini games you can be nostalgic about with all the old Mario Parties. But my issue with Nintendo is this is the whole game. I want them to continually add more. I want more of the Mario Party mini games and stuff into this game. I think I'm kind of sick of, like, because in the past like 3 or 4 Mario Parties, there's like, hey, here's this currency. Use the currency to unlock this. Well, it's usually dumb crap like stickers or digital postcards. Use your points from the mini games to unlock stuff. I'm just sick of that. I'm sick of that because the next game, guess what? I start at 0 points, 0 digital scrapbook crap that I don't care about. It's just, you start over every time. It feels bad. I don't want to start over every time no more. Kirby's Adventure, I played this for Nintendo Silver, whatever. It's good. Kirby and the Amazing Mirror, same deal. Still good. Fortnite, I played a lot of Fortnite this year. The Star Wars event in particular was actually really fun. If you didn't see that, there was the Darth Vader AI business going on, which was funny. I never got Darth Vader. Everyone was trying to content farm him. So like, I just, was curious to see if I could get him on my team and like what would happen. What could I talk with Darth Vader AI about? Anyway, never happened. But the core game around like the overheating blasters and stuff was super fun. Had to do it. Had to get General Grievous. I wrote an article about, and if you don't know about my website, this is a good time. TheNameBrand.co. TheNameBrand.co. Excuse me. We go here. I'm already logged in. I wrote this big article back in April about apologizing to Fortnite because I have ridiculed Fortnite for being a kid's game for a million years. And now, I see it. I see it for what it is. I'm ashamed it's taken me so long to appreciate and admit Fortnite is a great game. I have so many articles, dude. I have over 100. 150. I almost have hundreds. Okay? Nobody cares. It's fine. But if you ever need to read more about games from me, TheNameBrand.co. Pony Island, I made a video. It's good. Play that game. If you don't know anything about it, play it. If you don't, watch it on my second channel, which I think I uploaded. Star Wars The Force Unleashed 2. This game is not completed yet. I'm at the final boss, and I just haven't booted it up to defeat the boss. It's good. Maybe... No, it's not as good as the first game. I think I prefer the first game over this one. This one is higher fidelity. The story is crazy, but I prefer the first one. I played Casey's mod this year so that I could get footage for the Pony Island video. I love Inscription to death. I made a podcast about it. There's that. Star Wars Battlefront 2, I played that over May the 4th because it is the definitive game to play on May the 4th. And it's amazing, and I love it, and you should play it. Destiny Rising, made a video about it, made a video about this, made a video about that. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate is just a game that I pull out to parties. I'm not good at it. I have fun in the single-player campaign. You can roast me about that all you want. I'm not good. I do not play online. I do not get good at games. I do not get good at games against other players. That is just not fun. Fall Guys is a game I booted up a couple times just for the heck of it. Choppy Waters is a game in alpha that my friend is making, and I am the reason that his art is up on the Internet Game Database, and that his game has a article in the database so that it pulls up on Backlogged. I am the reason. You're welcome. It's going to be a good game. I will make a video about that later. Pretty sure. I'm pretty sure. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe I played in tandem with Mario Kart World to see which game feels better. Spoiler, Mario Kart World feels way better to play somehow. Mario Kart 64 I played in tandem with Mario Kart World, Mario Kart Circuit, Mario Kart World, Mario Kart World. I played all those for that video in particular. I played Shadowverse Worlds Beyond up to the tutorial and stuff. My friend was like, hey, I'm playing this new card game. It's brand new. Everyone's talking about it. And I was like, okay, I'll play it. And then I was like, hey, I got past the tutorial. Hey, I'm playing this deck. And then I got bored of it and nothing really transpired after that socially. And I was like, well, socially, I have no obligation. I'm bored. There's that. Donkey Kong Bonanza. I love Donkey Kong Bonanza. I have not made a written review for it, which is killing me on the inside because it deserves my attention. It deserves my written words. So good. So good. I don't have it in my Game of the Year picks because I feel like it just comes shy, right? The soundtrack I have to give to Mario Kart World because of the breadth and depth of it. Art direction, it is a it's a game with great art, but Michael Punk is very much more stylized and unique. Narrative terms, Dune Awakening had to satisfy that itch for me. Gameplay, it could rival Kirby Air Riders in gameplay. However, I like Kirby Air Riders better, and Game of the Year had to go to Silksong. So it's like second best in any given category. It is the definitive Switch 2 game for me right now. Like if I think about my time with Switch 2, this is what I'm going to come back to. I need to go get more bananas. I have not felt the need to 100% complete the game. I think that's insane. There are over 1,000 bananas. I've not done the post-game content yet. I had to start working on other videos. This was my slow burn game before I picked up Silksong. My slow burn, not making a video on this game, even though I did make a review on it, and I impersonated Donkey to do it. And people on TikTok were very quick to point out that it was a very derivative review. Michael Punk, I've talked about Multiplayer Mayhem. It's excellent. Star Vortex, I made a video about it. It is still getting updates and doing very well for itself in that regard. I'm still waiting for big news to bring me back into it because my time is limited. Silksong, talked about it. It's my game of the year this year. Don't at me. No Man's Sky. I came back to No Man's Sky for about, 3 or 4 play sessions this year, just to try some things out, hang out with friends. It was good. It's always been good. I wish I had 100 hours to just plop into No Man's Sky to do really cool stuff with and to understand kind of the meta progression, because that's something that's never it's never come to me. Puyo Puyo Tetris 2. I've had a lot of fun in Puyo Puyo Tetris 2. I am not good at Puyo Puyo. I am excellent at Tetris. I liked playing as Sonic. The story mode is really weird in this. I skip all the story aspects. It is just more Tetris. I love Tetris. I've got hundreds of hours in Tetris. Fun fact, play Tetris after a traumatic event, and you will not remember the tragic event as much. Clinically proven. That was proven clinically, as they say. Minecraft Job Edition, I set up a server for me and my friends, and we played Minecraft for the first time in a couple of years. It was amazing. I need to fix the server so that I can log back into it. It's been a good time, though. Stick It to the Stick Man may still become a video. It is an early access game. I've had a lot of fun with it. I tried it for the first time in Steam Next Fest 1 or 2 years ago. When it released to early access, I was excited for it. It has met all my expectations as far as a fun, replayable roguelite game. The only problem is that, and I think I read this and no, I didn't. It's in the game. This has really soured me, but they are adding to the game based on the number of sales it gets. Now the game is only like $5 or $6, but they're like, once the game is made, has sold this many copies, we will add this update. And I'm like, so that means the game might not ever get finished? That's so stupid. Which means my video for it may be delayed indefinitely. Either way, I've had probably 12, 15 hours of fun with it. 12 hours of fun with it. It's what I would play after I would get frustrated in Silksong. So there's that. Anthem is a game I've been trying to let hook me. I've been trying to get hooked on Anthem. I want to play Anthem. I want to play through all of Anthem before the servers shut down in less than a month. That has not happened. I've put in maybe 3 hours. And that has really not been good for me. The last time I played the game, I recorded a bunch of footage. Turns out it was on my other monitor. Why did I have the other monitor selected while I played the game? I don't know. I'm really smart. I have to play more of Anthem. May not make that video. I will I will attempt it. I just need more time. I always need more time. That would be an amazing video to make because it will die and then that will be it. You won't be able to play that game anymore. I will have footage of it for archival purposes, I guess, of the human race. I've booted up Bone Lab a couple of times this year. I booted it up when I was recording footage for Vertigo 2/Boneworks, which Boneworks is a game that should be on here, but is not on here. I did play through some Boneworks this year. Whoops. Anyway, so Boneworks is a game that I played for the Vertigo 2 video. Bone Lab I booted up just to be like, hey, how does it feel? How does Bone Lab feel these days? It still feels like crap by comparison. Not excited. Not excited. I will have to make a video on this game just to talk about how much I dislike Bone Lab as a game. Such a waste of potential. Kirby Air Riders, I've talked about it at length. This is a must-play game. If your friends got it, if your dad's got it, if your brother's got it, I don't care who has it, you should play it. You don't have to buy it yourself, but it is an amazing game. It's an amazing formula of a game, and yep. So my Game of the Year picks, as you see in the gameplay section. That's how good it is. Kittens Game is an interesting game that you can play in your browser just like Universal Paperclips. It's at kittensgame.com. You can play it for free, and you just click on boxes and your kittens manage a village. It's a village simulation text game. I play it in between my brain damage at work, and yeah, it's just fun. There's not a lot of discoveries and stuff. Mega Bonk, that's my next video. That was supposed to come out this month. Definitely not coming out this month. Not anymore. So there's that, but it will come out next month. I might need to retool the script because I have spent too long thinking about it and I hate it. Vampire Survivors I've played in tandem with Mega Bonk because I'm trying to compare the two because they are in the same survivor genre that Vampire Survivors has mostly pioneered. Yep. So there's that. Review every game I played in 2025. Gaming backlog reviews, backlog in Steam. So this is not going to be that much more. Here's my Steam replay. This is very similar. This will tell you playtime data though. Also, Dune Awakening, 22% of all my playtime. So 1 in every 5 times I was ever logging on to play games, right? That would be there. Silksong, 13%. Satisfactory, 12%. And this was at the beginning of the year. As usual, I am above average in all things against all gamers. Metroidvania open world survival craft. Played like crazy when it released, and it slowly dwindled into nothing, where I will now wait until the game is over. Played a lot of Silksong in the months of its release. Satisfactory. 81% of my time in January. I was prepping for the video, so there's that. Mega Bonk, something I picked up recently, and has been what I've spent the majority of my gaming time in recently. I'm gunning for that 100% completion achievement. status. And I did a fair amount of Bellatra this year, which is kind of surprising to me because I don't even remember playing Bellatra this year. You can see playtime by month now. May, the reason this is low is because I took a lot of time to edit that Republic Commando video, and Beat Saber was my video right before this, right? So you can see that as I was making these videos, right, this month I had just a ton going on. I played a lot of games. I was playing Satisfactory. I lost the plot. I didn't make a video for January. Can you tell that I didn't make a video for January? Look how much more game time I have in that month as compared to any other month. But I was prepping for other months, I guess. Played a little bit of Deathloop, which was for the video for February. And most people don't know this, but I played the Deathloop I finished in October the previous year. I retooled it because I thought the script was good. And thank goodness I did, because that's my most successful video this year, right? February, I made the Deathloop video. I played Disc Room, you can see it in there. And I played Bellatra and Ratchet and Clank on the side. It's really like I have time for 3 games in a month. If that, I've got like the main game that I'm playing for YouTube. I've got the distraction game that I'm playing when I'm not playing the main game I'm playing for myself, right? And then I have like 10 billion small games in the month of March. Satisfactory, I played a little bit for the video. What a trend. All this time that I didn't spend gaming went to YouTubing or to Switch. These months, I think Switch 2 came out, so I was playing Donkey Kong Bonanza as my free time game. Well, alongside Ratchet and Clank, that started like dwindling quite quickly. I had to, or I picked it up. I can't remember. Picked it up for a hard mode playthrough, New Game Plus type business. That didn't last long. May, you can see nothing. Like, you can kind of you can see what the YouTube channel is doing to me. It is severely restricting the time I have to play other games. Here's my VR stuff, finishing up Vertigo 2. Yep. Played all those on Steam Deck and VR stuff. See, I did play Boneworks, 16%. Only played 25 days in a row. It's kind of sad. We can kind of just scroll through this. There's Deathloop. It's got them all. Now, I don't think this is any more interesting now. Oh yeah, for a time I thought I was going to play Splitgate for the video. That's another one that's not in backlogged. It's only as accurate as I am. The backlogged. GTFO, we started playing that, my buddies and I, and then we stopped. I would play more of it. I just have 0 time. I want to play more games. That is the conundrum I'm in. Ugh, boy. Has it been worth it though? Right, we look at this. Where did it go? And this is a very clear indication of how much more I can do in a month when I don't make a YouTube video. Well, actually this month I was making a little bit of the Deathloop video. That's besides the point. Also, this graph is not a good comparison. Well, maybe it is a good comparison. I don't know. But is it worth it making videos? No. Do I like making videos? Kind of. Do I believe that my life will improve if I don't make videos? No. It is the idea that I am gambling my life's future on making videos by banking a little bit of my free time into a different free time thing that may or may not ever work out. It's very cool. Mentally, I'm exhausted. I cannot be more exhausted than I've ever been in my entire life. I probably could be, but pushing myself to make stuff, even this video that I'm doing right now, I don't even want to. Don't even want to. Next month, I don't even know if I want to do something then, or the next month, or the next month, or the next month. But if I don't make videos, then I will not escape the gravitational pull of mediocrity in my life. I will not even have the chance to. That's the key. The key is, this is a gamble. If I do nothing, I will be stuck in the gravitational pull of mediocrity for my entire life. If I make videos, there is a tiny microscopic chance that this works out for me and my life becomes better because of it. It's all about gambling. It's always about gambling. That's why I like roguelikes. Why I'm making these darn YouTube videos. So I will continue. I will continue into the next year. I will make a video every month. I will try to upload stuff to the second channel when I can. I will try to make YouTube shorts and TikToks, and we will attempt things. So this is a good time to go to my creator studio and we can take a look at the analytics for the year as they stand currently. We are at 614 subs. Here's what the channel did in the last 365 days from this video. We're up by almost 60,000 views. I'll round up, I don't care. Short views account differently from blah, 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 whatever. We had a humongous spike when I published my YouTube shorts, which kind of poisons the data, honestly, which is what most of these spikes are, because they'll get like thousands of views every time, except for this video, or these videos. This is when Deathloop started going big mode. You can kind of see from, at least from the beginning, we're starting at 21 views a day, kind of 13, 7, at the very beginning before I started publishing anything, and then the first, well, this is after Marvel Snap, so this is all Marvel Snap stuff. And then I published Deathloop. We're kind of getting a little better. Anyway, whole year goes by. Now we're doing about 100 views a day, right? That's a 10x. That is a 10x increase from the very beginning, kind of, right? Some days are better than others, 157. Some days worse than others, 97, right? When I publish stuff, especially like my podcasts, Vertigo 2, we're almost in the 200 range, and that's just evergreen, baby. Today, our last 24 hours, we've kind of got 200. So it's almost 10x. On the worst days, 10x. That's pretty freaking good, considering there's 12 months in the year. I think that's pretty good pace. The best stuff we've had, Deathloop, 13,000 views. That's amazing. Shorts, YouTube Shorts. The Destiny Rising video has done relatively well for itself. The Satisfactory video is also catching up. Marvel Snap always tends to get some views, and the Republic Commando video has been doing well recently as well. They're gaining a number of views. It has been very shocking. I don't know where they're coming from. I don't know why they're coming from anywhere. I don't know why they pick up in Steam, and some weeks and others they don't, but a lot of them are pretty consistent. Let's go to an older video. That's more of a recent video. Yeah, like this one will have weird like growth periods that doesn't make sense to me. So I don't know what that's about. Did I click on this one yet? This one's just been very consistent. It's been consistently going. I imagine it's because this is the period where I publish a video, new subs or new viewers will watch my stuff and boost old videos. I imagine that's what these are. Watch time, 2,400 hours, pretty good. Similar situation, 1.2, 0.5. Every day now we're kind of in the 5 range, 5, 6, 4. We need it to be in the 8. We need it to be in the 8 or 9, I think 8 to 14 range every day to be able to get paid to even do this stuff. This is a crazy day. This was all Destiny Rising. This is a crazy day as well. This is all Dune. Those are my biggest wins this year. That one was insane. I was losing my mind. I post in my Discord server when stuff like this happens. Really amazing day. I guess this top content is analogous to these tabs. Subs. I've lost a lot of subs. I've lost a ton of subs this year. Like a massive amount of subs. I've probably lost a lot. But I've gained a lot too. All right, Dune gave me 11 subs. I think they're all family. My family reposted this video because they show my face in it for once. And I think some of them caught on. And this is probably all of them leaving. After they realize I don't go on camera and I just talk about games like a nerd. Really happy with this number over 1 year. That's like 10, a little more than 10 a month, a little more than 10, a little like, yeah, every video. Pretty good. The podcast is not doing super hot on YouTube. I don't care. Shorts are not great. All of it combined on one channel is traditionally not a good idea, but last year I came to the conclusion. I put effort into making this podcast. I put effort into making the shorts. I put effort into making the videos. If I put effort into it, it will go on one channel. I'm not going to split the views across channels. I think that's dumb. I don't have the time to commit to 3 different channels, a podcast or this or that. Anyway, nobody's cared about the podcast. That's okay. It's more for me. That's why I make that one. So, yeah, it's been a good year for the channel. I will be continuing. What will I continue to do? That is the question. We will go to Miro.com. This is what I've normally been using for the most of the year, up until August, to organize my creative process. Followed this format. Here's like kind of all the games I have going on right now. when I originally started in 2024 organizing, I came up with these tags, and I was like, I'm gonna make videos that are unique and interesting by these tags, so that I'm not always doing like a first-person shooter. I wanted it to strictly be variety, which is where these tags come from, and I matched them to games that I thought would be interesting. And that worked out, except for January, which missed the deadline. I have not done December as planned. I have not done September as planned. I've not done October. November was planned and turned out good though. So I have not copied this. This is all not good right now, but I have got some ideas for next year. Megabonk, Anthem, Prey, Lo-Fi, an update on the Lo-Fi game that I played originally. Star Wars Outlaws for the May the 4th video. June, I can try and do Incredible Machine. Control Resonant is very high up on my list of games to play. Tron 2.0, want to play that because I like Tron. Death Stranding 2 should come out sometime. It'll come out of the exclusivity deal with Sony, so we'll be able to play that. Soma is a spooky game. I really want to play a spooky game for Spooky Month, which means I'll be playing it in September to get it out in October. So Astral Chain, year recap. The problem I'm having with this list is I want to play all these games. However, this is a long game. This is a long game. This will take a while. This is a long game. I don't have time for long games. I usually have to play long games while I'm playing short games, as you see here. Like this is spurred out into 3-month period to get 100 hours of this game in, and I played almost nothing else because I didn't have to play a lot of Beat Saber to make a video about Beat Saber. So that's the tricky thing that I'm gonna have to learn how to do here, because some of them are long, some of them are short, some I can't. I'm gonna have to get, a little creative. I do have a couple other games in here, and I have more games in my Obsidian Synthetic 2 we talked about. Treasure Planet CD game, The Hex, which is another Dan Mullen game. I've found games on Twitter that are indie games that I'd love to get into. Anyway, this is kind of how I've thrown all that together. Oh, and the podcast release plan, I've got to play Kingdom Hearts this next year. I don't know how that's going to work. Ooh, I need to check the sales on that. Metroid Prime 4 is another one. I do not like the discourse about that game very much, so I kind of want to see what the crud is going on there and maybe make a video about it to talk about that, because I love Metroid. Point P, Ojiro Fumoto's other game. VR something. Half-Life 3 will come out next year. Everyone will be talking about it and making videos for it, so maybe I could get in on that storm of that. Splitgate 2, I think, is about prime and ready to talk about why that game sucks and why it's not good anymore and why they killed it. Anthem. And yeah, I think like I said, it's been a great year this year, both in terms of games that have released and videos that I have done for the channel in content creation. I think next year will be shaping up to be a really good year as well, if we can get some of those sequels and new IPs churning out. I really don't want it to be a good year. I want a break. I want to catch up on my backlog, but it never happens, right? It will never happen. I will always add to my backlog, and that's how it is. But I will continue to make videos. I will make videos all next year. I will probably do it in 2027. I will probably do it in 2028. 2029 and 2030, I think, will be my last year of making videos. If I am unsuccessful at this YouTube stuff and it just clearly is not going anywhere by 2030 with one video every month, then I will give up and I will just go back to my normal life and play games and suffer forever. But we're on a good upward trend, so I don't think we're gonna have to do that. Nobody believes in me except for me and for you, my dear listener, my dear connoisseurs. You believe. This will work out though. It will not take till 2030 to get going, but I appreciate all of you. I don't say stuff in my videos like thanks guys. I keep it simple. I keep it real and I keep it short, but I do appreciate all the views and all the likes when you share the videos, when you like the videos, when you comment on the videos, anything that boosts its algorithmic success. I appreciate all of that, and I hope I can make better videos in the next year. I think I've been getting better at editing stuff. Linux was a really hard thing for me to learn and get over. Doing that in October really killed it. I mean, you could see here, Silksong. I played that all on Steam Deck. Like this, all of this, well, this is all Steam Deck too. But I lost this stuff, kind of. My switch to Linux, I guess it didn't really affect me that much, but it has affected my productivity in DaVinci Resolve. I've learned a lot about Linux, and I don't know. Next year will be an even better year. Trying to build a new computer. I bought RAM back in February when I was making my Deathloop video because I didn't like how DaVinci Resolve was hanging on some things. So I missed the RAM crash. And I think I'm just going to take advantage of the opportunities that I have to build a computer and scrap together a little bit of cash, kind of get going on that. And it should be a good year. And I'll be looking forward to taking you guys with me on that journey. But yeah, it's been hard. It has been hard. Everyone asks, and maybe I will get into this for 1 second. Everyone has asked me at some point, how do you do it? How do you find the time to make these YouTube videos? And the real answer is everyone makes sacrifices. Everyone's made a sacrifice. You've made a sacrifice by giving me time to watch the videos and to listen to the videos, of course, after they're completed. But for me to make the video, I have sacrificed time out of everyone's life where they don't get me for the 26, 27 some odd hours that it takes to edit the video or to play the game, right? You are passively being affected by me not being in your life for that amount of time. And my wife and my dog feel it the most, which sucks, but this is my gamble, right? This is my gamble that it will work out and then I will be able to recoup these lost years of time into a greater life in 2030 and beyond, which is crazy. But if I don't try now, then I'll never have the chance to, and that sucks. So the time I get by stealing from you and from everyone around me, and from my greatest hobby, gaming. I give up gaming, I give up reading, I give up a lot of things. And that, if there's anything I want to share that, because I feel like this year has been very successful for me in terms of reaching goals. I've been going to the gym too. That's a new thing. I've lost 60 pounds this year. Everything has a cost. Everything is priced. The price of making a YouTube channel is very specific per the individual. For me, that has meant playing fewer games, spending less time with my friends, with my wife, etc., my family. And because of those sacrifices, it has led to some anguish and some lamenting, right? But I listen to music that amps me up. I think about being successful. I think about why I'm doing this, right? One of the things that keeps me going is thinking like, man, if this ever gets popular, I'll be able to go to game studios like CD Projekt Red. They could invite me out to fetch in Poland or their, I don't know, their Pittsburgh offices or wherever the heck it is. Right, I could be invited out to do a preview on a game. And that could be a way to allow me to see the world, like to travel the world for work in a way that I've always wanted to travel the world and also work in my favorite industry. So keeping my eye on the prize and also being able to sustain myself through a career path that uses almost all of my aptitudes, things that I'm good at. I hate going into work and feeling like I'm the worst one on the entire team. I want to feel like I'm the best at what I do, like I'm good at what I do. Those things propel me. The despair of a bland and bleak future where I'm doing the same thing also terrifies me. It is a driving force to why I make stuff, but it really is mainly identifying what can be sacrificed to obtain what I want. And I think that principle can be applied in many people's lives. You know, and maybe we go all the way back to taking this back to gambling, right? How do we increase the odds of this thing happening? If you're not willing to make some sacrifices, you have to understand the odds will be slimmer. I'm constantly thinking about what I can do to increase my odds for this thing to help me and come to pass. SEO is a big one. Just trying to think about what people might click on if they've never seen my channel ever before, and kind of using that mindset to generate clickbait for my stuff. That's huge. The titles are huge. The content of the video, especially in the very beginning, like those first few seconds really count. Like we gotta jump right into it. It's about increasing the odds as far as you can get them. And that's kind of what this is all about, man. Well, for the next 5 years, the next 4 years, I will be doing what I can to increase the odds to make it all work for me. The good note is, believe in yourself. If you want to make time to do stuff, then make time to do stuff. Identify what you can cut out of your life or what you can compromise on, and you will be able to do it, right? Push yourself, give yourself deadlines, make tangible goals. That's the other thing I have that I can actually show you real quick. It's my YouTube schedule sheet, okay? This is what I go off of for all my videos. It is a calendar date, basic thing. I write down how much time I spend doing a thing. I type in how much minutes I spend every day on the project. I put in important dates, I put in holidays, and it all comes to me in these metrics. Right, I am determining how productive I am on every day that I work on something. I am generating a score based on those things. I'm learning how long I spend on stuff, right? How many days I work, how many minutes per the video. This kind of stuff gives me tangible goals and things to work with, and I think that's a really important part of the change process. If you want to change, you want to see changes in your life, you want to do stuff, give yourself goals. And that's what I did originally when in October. I was like, I want to make YouTube videos again. Guess how long it took me to make a YouTube video? November, December, 2 months, like 2.5 months almost. That's when I was like, I really need to have goals. And then January rolled around, nothing there. February, and I was like, I've got to commit every 29 days. Upward trends. That's what it's all about. Anyway, I've got to cut this together and publish it as soon as possible, so I'm gonna do that. But yeah, I thank you guys for watching, and we will be seeing each other very soon. This has been a super boring video. I'm not really gonna do a lot of editing with it because I really don't want to be doing anything. I should be working on the January video as we speak. That's just how it goes. That's how it is. I might have this video be scheduled to upload a little later than normal, whenever the 29th day is, just so I can bank those extra days to start working on January. Anyway, you guys are amazing. Thank you, my connoisseurs. Catch up later. Okay. 10 billion thanks and goodbye.